France are out. Spain have just beaten them 2-0, and it was not even close. Mbappé, Dembele, Olise, all of them silenced for 90 minutes. This is Les Bleus' World Cup dream dead in Dallas. Spain are through to the final. France are heading home with silver medals and a lot of hard questions. So how did the tournament favorites just get taken apart? Let's break down exactly what happened. Spain controlled almost every single minute of this game, from the first whistle to the last. The opening exchanges gave little away. Rabiot swung a volleyed effort wide, and Baena's free kick cannoned off the wall. Both teams were testing the water early on, feeling out the occasion. Then, in the 22nd minute, the game turned completely. Lucas Digne, attempting to clear his lines, caught Lamine Yamal instead, and the referee pointed straight to the spot. Mikel Oyarzabal stepped up and drilled his penalty into the top corner. Maignan guessed the right way and still had no chance. France struggled to respond immediately. Barcola fired their best first-half chance narrowly over the crossbar. Fabian Ruiz nearly doubled Spain's lead before the break. Dayo Upamecano cleared it off his toe at the last second. Then William Saliba went down, clutching his back, forcing Deschamps into an early change. Maxence Lacroix came on in his place. Halftime arrived with Spain a goal up and fully deserving it. Dani Olmo seemed to cover every blade of grass, breaking up French attacks and starting Spain's own. Rabiot picked up a yellow card in the first half, and Manu Cohn replaced him at the interval. The second half followed the same script. Pedro Porro doubled Spain's lead in the 58th minute. Minutes later, Yamal curled a stunning solo effort past Maignan, only for the offside flag to rule it out. Mbappé finally found space in the closing stages, but he dragged his shot well over the bar. France finished the match with 10 shots in total and barely any of note. Deschamps took charge of his 26th World Cup match today, more than any manager in history. Full time, France 0, Spain 2, and Spain barely broke a sweat doing it. One moment in the first half decided this entire match. That penalty in the 22nd minute did more than hand Spain the lead. It forced France into chasing a game against opponents built to sit deep and counter with speed. Spain have now beaten France in 3 consecutive knockout meetings: Euro 2024, last year's 9-goal Nations League thriller, and now this semi-final in Dallas. Once Oyarzabal converted, Spain dropped into their defensive shape and invited France forward. France could never find the pattern to break it down. Their front four looked electric throughout this tournament, yet barely touched the ball in dangerous positions here. Marc Cucurella and Aymeric Laporte closed every passing lane down the flanks all afternoon. Porro's second goal in the 58th minute confirmed what everyone already suspected. A simple 1-2 with Dani Olmo sent him in behind the French defense, and he finished with total composure. France managed 10 shots worth 0.3 expected goals all game, with only 3 on target. That single stat tells you how comfortable Spain were for most of the 90 minutes. One early penalty changed the entire complexion of this game, and Spain never let go of it. Pedro Porro was the standout performer on the pitch, and it isn't close. The right back scored the crucial second goal, but that only tells half the story. He finished the game with an 8.1 rating, the highest of anyone involved. Only 2 shots all match, and he converted one of them into a goal. On the ball, he completed 23 of his 28 passes and carried it forward 9 separate times. Those runs covered over 60 meters of ground, stretching France's shape bit by bit. Defensively, he won 4 of his 6 duels in both of his aerial contests. 3 clearances and 1 interception rounded out a near-flawless 90 minutes of work. His tournament form backs all of this up. 5 appearances, 2 goals, a 7.52 average rating across the competition. He has covered 39 kilometers at this World Cup and hit a top speed above 32 kilometers per hour. Porro described the win as a dream come true. After the final whistle, he credited the whole squad, calling it the team's achievement rather than his own. The numbers support every word of that. Spain's balance came from players like him doing the unglamorous work. Take that platform away, and Spain never controlled this match the way they did. Spain now stand 1 win away from their second World Cup title. They reached their first final back in 2010, and they lifted the trophy that same year. Their opponent will come from the England versus Argentina semifinal. With that final set for Sunday, New York, New Jersey will host the biggest match in international football this summer. For France, the tournament now ends in the bronze medal match instead. That fixture kicks off in Miami 24 hours before the final itself. Here's a brutal stat for Deschamps Deschamps to carry into that game. France have never won a World Cup match after trailing at halftime. That record now stands at 1 draw and 12 defeats, stretching back decades. Deschamps admitted his side dropped a notch below their usual technical level today. He pointed to misplaced passes that could have created genuine scoring chances. At the elite level, he said, those small errors define the outcome. This defeat raises real questions about France's attacking depth heading into the next cycle. Mbappé broke the record for most World Cup appearances by a Frenchman here, yet could not inspire the win. Spain have now lost only 2 of their last 11 meetings with France in all competitions. Spain, by contrast, look battle-tested and ready for whoever comes next. If you predicted this result, comment below. Subscribe so you don't miss our next prediction. England and Argentina still have to settle their own semifinal. Before Sunday arrives, that winner will already know exactly who they face and exactly what Spain bring to a final. We're breaking down that semifinal match in full right after this one. Stay with us because the road to this final still has 1 match left to play.